Okay, lovely. Looks good. Yeah. Um, mhm. So, and today we'll be speaking a little bit more about different conflict or difficult situations, right? And after that, we will also have a look at a bit of word formation. Okay, we will look at the vocabulary and a bit of word formation. So, first part will be dedicated to communication skills, right? And then a bit of language work. All right. And last time we listened to two conversations where people were having some discussion or some they were a bit unhappy with the situation. Ekaterina, do you remember something that happened on a tennis court?
Uh, uh, it was the tennis
Mhm.
ground, and the girl went to the yard and realized that one man occupied
Mhm.
her time,
You're right.
which she have ordered.
She had, да, потому
She
что до
had
того.
ordered.
Мгм.
And they argued
Мгм.
about who can play tennis now.
Мгм.
And then they found a compromise, and the girl's time was moved on the
Mhm.
later, was moved later.
Right. Well, they actually decided to try, yes, and call the reception to check the next hour, right?
Right.
Exactly. Ekaterina, and why did the man occupy the tennis court?
Because the girl was late.
Exactly. And according to the rules, yeah, if you are 15 minutes later, yeah, the next person can occupy it. Yeah. All right. Very, very good. Vladimir, did you watch the recording? And
So
do
I did, but I think that I have forgotten everything.
Yes, all right. So we had another conversation. It was a family couple. Who recalls the situation? What was the misunderstanding or what was the trouble? It was a family couple and a mobile phone.
About the wife, maybe wife was sitting in the phone the whole day, and when for example husband spoke to her,
Yeah, exactly.
she didn't listen to him, and confused names and subjects.
Uh-huh.
So they decided
Mm-hmm.
to refuse from the phone on the dinner time.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Or
Yes, to stop using, right, gadgets during dinner time. Okay. And this was also some sort of compromise, yeah, because she can use her phone when
1 hour
after,
after
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 dinner. Exactly, 1 hour after dinner. And do you remember why was it important for her to use her mobile phone?
she had a very important meeting.
That's right, for work. Yeah, in fact, it was important for work. Yes. So, Vladimir, do you recall these situations a bit?
Yep, yes.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Does it
Thank
ring
you.
a bell? Very good. Good idiom, by the way. I can ask the question like this. Does it ring a bell to you? Yeah. Or does it ring a bell? That means, does it sound familiar? Yeah. Is there something similar in Russian? Some similar idiom, maybe, or something? Does it ring a bell to you?
Знакомо ли тебе это?
Да, ну то есть у нас нету идиомы, да?
Ну да.
да? У нас просто тебе, ну, что-то откликается,
Мгм.
звучит знакомым, да, откликается. In English, it's a good idiom. Does it ring a bell to you? Или наоборот, вам кто-то рассказывает что-то, вы вспомнили, и вы говорите, yes, it rings a bell to me. Что-то я такое слышал, да, или слышала. It rings a bell to me. Yeah. Really good idiom. Okay, I'm going to send some of these sentences from the recording into the chat. Please look at them. There will be 6 sentences. Check them out in the chat. Do you have them?
Мгм.
Just a second.
Uh-huh.
Ставьте мне тут. Ага.
Yeah, you have them. All right. All these 6 sentences are taken from these conversations which we have just talked about. Yes. We are going to match this. Екатерина, just a moment.
Мгм.
Right. Что-то у меня как-то не очень хороший фокус. Let me restart this page because I think the quality doesn't look very, very good. Just a moment. I will restart. Oh, this time it looks a lot better. Moment. Yeah, here we go. Okay. Looks better, doesn't it?
Мгм.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. And here we have useful phrases that you can use when you're dealing with some conflict situations, right? And arguments. You have 6 phrases in the chat. You have 6 phrases missing here. What you need to do, I'd like you to work individually very shortly. Check out the function of the phrases and match some missing phrase here in the box. For example, stopping the argument. We can say, let's try and find a solution, shall we? So we don't want to argue anymore. We want to find some good solution. Look at the phrases in the chat and choose what else suits here.
Мгм.
Екатерina, what do you think? What else suits here? What will match?
I guess. Месси, Юра, MSG. Так. Let's try to find a solution.
Mhm.
It
And
makes
what
sense.
else will match?
Let's put this to one side and think of a solution.
Sounds very good to me. Vladimir, do you agree?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So guys, now please work individually, look at all the other functions and sentences and match them, all right? Mhm. let's see what we have. So, Vladimir, that will be for you. Summarizing the conflict. Let's see what phrases we can use here. Check out the one which we have and what you match.
So, should I read the first?
Yes, please. Mhm.
So you're annoyed, upset because blah, 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 and I'm angry, frustrated because blah, blah, blah. So, and I have matched 1A from your point of view and from mine.
Yeah, exactly. So there are two sides, right? That people have. One person thinks that, the other person thinks that. Right. And this is how to summarize. Very good. Then we can also make suggestions, right? And to make suggestions, it's super common to use the phrases, what about, or why don't we? Have a look. What about if we speak to the owner about it? Why not? Yeah. Or why don't we see if we can ask for a refund? Yeah. Good options to make suggestions with what about or why don't we? Yekaterina, how about explaining why the suggestion would work?
Mhm. If we do that,
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm. And what do you match?
I guess that sounds reasonable.
Okay.
It makes
Yeah. Uh-huh.
it makes sense because.
Because as we need to explain why, yeah, it makes sense because. All right. It makes sense because. Very good. Okay. Vladimir, for you, the next part, responding positively to the suggestion. If we like the suggestion, what can we say?
Okay, that's okay with me, or I guess that sounds reasonable.
That sounds reasonable. I also agree with you. That sounds reasonable. And it's also interesting to say that's okay with me, right? It suits me. It's okay with me. And it, I guess, I guess that sounds reasonable. How do you understand reasonable? Can you say that in Russian? What is reasonable?
Приемлемо.
Приемлемо или разумно? No? Разумно. Good. If we don't like the idea, we can respond negatively to a suggestion. You can check it out.
I don't think that's going to work.
Right. Yeah.
I don't think that's fair.
I don't think that's fair, exactly. And it's also interesting because in English, that's not a really good idea to say, no, that's not fair, or no, I don't like it. You would use rather the phrases, I don't think, or I don't think again. It's not a good idea to say that's not going to work. Потому что иначе вы как будто говорите факт по жизни, так не сработает. Это всего лишь ваше личное мнение. Поэтому I don't think, yes? So you express your own opinion. It's not a fact. It's what you think, all right? That is why it's politer to react using I don't think. And dealing with objections. So, that's yours.
I understand that, unfortunately, and you're right. Any suggestions?
You're right. Any suggestions? Very good. You're right. Any suggestions? All right. Cool. So guys, have you got any questions with these phrases? Would you like me to clarify anything? Or are they all good?
All clear.
Yeah? All clear? Yekaterina, how about you?
Yes.
Yes.
Me too.
Wonderful. Because today we're going to practice dealing with conflicts and dealing with arguments. I'm going to send all of these phrases to you now in the chat because you'll need them. And it might be a good idea to download them. Yes, if you want to. Okay. this way. Hmm? Okay. Yeah, you might need them now, right? Okay, now we are going to look at a conversation between two flatmates. What do you think? What kind of problems or what kind of misunderstandings might two flatmates have? What are the most common issues? Vladimir, what do you think? What problems
The cleaning of the flat,
Yes, okay.
cleaning, cooking, guests, and maybe some noise and parties and so on, etc.
Fine. Yekaterina, what else do you think it can be?
Leave the light on.
Okay, yeah, leave the light on. Something more?
Maybe loud sounds in the night.
Yes, right. Turning up home too late, yes, and producing some noise, right? Okay, cool. Let's see what kind of problems we'll have here. Yes. If you look here, we've got a conversation, you and a flatmate. So you and your flatmate are arguing. You want to buy a new TV. Your flatmate wants to buy a new sofa for shared area. We'll find out what they decide in the end. Yes. I'd like you to work individually, look at the conversation, and complete the conversation with any phrases you like that would make sense according to the conversation, right? Mhm. Mhm. A little more time?
Yes.
Yay,
Mhm.
all right. Okay. Then a couple of more minutes for you to prepare, and I will get back to you just in a moment, all right?
Okay.
All right.
Mhm. Okay, let's try it out. So, Vladimir, you are going to read for you part, yeah? Yekaterina, you are going to be flatmate. Let's get started.
A new TV is more exciting than a new sofa.
But the old sofa is falling apart.
Falling apart.
Falling.
Mhm.
Let's try and find a solution, shall we?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Why don't we
You need first to summarize.
summarize?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, you're upset because you want to have a new sofa as quickly as is it possible, and I'm angry without a new TV.
Yes, exactly.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Yes, exactly. Так, это у нас сейчас make a suggestion. Why don't we see if we could buy both things at one time?
And
It
explain why.
makes sense because we can get everything we want, and nobody will be angry with another person.
Mm.
I don't think this going to work.
Mhm. Uh-huh. You're right. So then why don't we compare the prices together and buy at first the cheapest thing?
I guess that sounds reasonable. Shall we do that then next week?
Mhm.
Oh, yes, that's okay with me.
All right. Yes, that sounds good. You see, and this is how you can deal with the conflicts, right? Try to find a good solution. Now, guys, we change roles. Yekaterina, you are going to be you part, right? And Vladimir, you are going to be a flatmate. Let's go ahead.
Mhm. A new TV is more exciting than a new sofa.
But the old sofa is falling apart.
Let's try and find the solution.
Okay.
You're upset because of suffering without normal sofa, and I'm boring without good TV.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
I have suggestion.
Mhm.
This month we buy a TV, and the next month we will buy a new sofa. Okay.
So it was explaining that it's
Yeah,
what?
and explain.
I think it will be reasonable for us.
But
I-
why? But why?
Because finally
Uh-huh.
we will have got the
Mhm.
both thing.
Yeah, all right.
I don't think that's going to work.
Mm.
I understand you. Do you want to buy a sofa? Как сказать, первее? Или там
First. First.
в первую очередь, first.
First.
I guess that sounds reasonable. Shall we do that then next week?
Okay, you win.
You win. Right. You gave up very easily. Yes. It didn't sound like a compromise in the end. Yes. Okay. Good. Yekaterina, have a look. You said you were upset because you want to have a new sofa, and I'm without a new TV. What's the adjective?
Bored.
Bored. Very good. Very good.
Bored.
Bored. Yeah. And how do you make suggestions? Choose one of the phrases. You can say, what about, why don't we try out with any suggestion?
Just a second. What about if we buy a
Mhm.
TV this month?
Yeah, that's right. And a sofa next month, right?
Yeah.
Good. Lovely. This was good job, right? And almost everyone got what he or she wanted. Yes. Now we're going to deal with conflict situations a little bit more. And each of you will get a role card in the chat. So, Vladimir, first, it's your card in your private messages. Ekaterina, should I send it to your computer or to mobile
Mm,
phone?
Computer.
Computer, okay. Right, and this is your roll card. Okay. Do you have it in the chat?
Mhm.
Yes, perfect. Okay. So I'd like you to look at your roll cards. First, read the situation to yourselves and make sure you understand everything. If not, feel free to ask me. A moment to check the situation.
Mhm.
Mhm. Okay, do you understand?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, right. Um, so now I'm going to give you about 3-4 minutes to think about the situation. Take notes what you want to say and how are you going to deal with this conflict situation, right? What compromise you would like to find, right? Why are you or your partner is upset and so on. And in 3-4 minutes, we will role play this conversation. All right. So take notes on what you would like to say, how you would like to say, use our useful phrases. Hmm? the last minute for you to finish. Okay, let's give it a go. Yes, let's give it a go. Right, lovely. So guys, work together. I'm just going to listen, right? Work together, role play the conversation. Try to find a good compromise that will satisfy both of you. All right, begin.
And who begins?
Hello.
I think student A, I'm not too sure who is student A, to be honest. I think student A should begin. Right?
Wow.
Who is
Okay.
student A? I think
Me.
you are student A, right? So will you please begin, right, with something like, Ekaterina, I've lent you, tra-da-da, right? Where is it? What are we going to do? And so on, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, hi, Ekaterina. Have you found my book? I asked you for the book last week.
Hello. Unfortunately, I moved a new house last month, so I can't find this book immediately.
Yeah, but it makes me feeling terrible because that's not only one case. Do you remember about my broken camera that I lent you a time ago?
It is a very pity. Yes, you lent me the camera. It had been broken, but it wasn't my fault. But I think it will be reasonable that I will buy you the new one.
Окей. Давайте попробуем сначала summarize the conflict. Или даже так, stop arguing, да, мы сначала приглушим немножечко. So, let's что-нибудь такое, Екатерина, попробуйте приглушить конфликт сначала.
Let's maybe let's choose a more important thing.
So, check out, we have very
What
good
do you prefer, a
we
camera
have
or
very good phrases for stopping the conflict. Check out. Let's try.
let's try and find the solution.
Shall we?
Yes, that sounds reasonable. So I just want to have my book back. So it would be very nice if you could find a book or if you bought me a new one, because it's very important for me.
I understand that you worry about your book, but what about camera? What thing do you prefer?
Задания этого не было. Так, сейчас.
Okay, anyway, react. You need to react.
So, of course, when the camera is broken, and it was my favorite camera, so why don't we find a solution? What could you, what suggestions do you have about the camera? What suggestions have you got?
Both okay.
Okay.
despite the camera had broken without my fault, I guess that sounds reasonable for me to buy you the new one.
Yes, that's okay with me. And what about my book?
Mhm.
Ekaterina definitely doesn't want to give the book back. All right, so what about the book?
You know that I moved the last month, and all my things in the boxes. It is difficult for me to find your book, and I don't think that's fair to demand it.
Right now, yeah? And you can say, дай мне там неделю или две, чтобы я нашла ее.
Mhm. Give me a couple of days or 1 week, please, and I will find it.
So, yes, I guess that sounds reasonable. Why not? Because, yes, the movement process is very difficult, and of course, I understand your situation. So, yes, I think it's the best idea.
Okay, right? Everyone
Okay,
is
thank
happy
you.
now. Yes, everyone is satisfied. Yeah, Ekaterina is going to buy a new camera and find a book in a week. Yes, is the conflict solved?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So, guys, we are going to role play this conversation one more time, but in different roles. I'm going to send you a new role. Yeah. So, the role that your partner has just made. Please look through that. And we are going to role play the conversation without any preparation or without taking notes. Okay. You can just read the situation. That's it. All right. If it's in just a moment, I'm sending it to you as well. Give me just a very little moment. Yes. Just read your new role card.
Hmm. I think I don't receive.
I've sent it to your computer.
I don't see it.
No, I'll try again. That's no problem at all.
Okay.
Or do you? Okay, we try out now. This time, Yekaterina, you're going to start, right? You are the person who wants a book and a camera back, yeah? And you can begin. Hello, Vladimir. What about my book I lent you some time ago? And so on. Vladimir, you will try to find a good compromise. Okay? So,
Okay.
guys, 1, 2, 3, go.
Hello, Vladimir. I lent you my book a few days ago, but now I need it and I want to get it back.
It's very pity for me, but I moved house last month and all things are still in the boxes, and I can't find your book right now. But I hope that it definitely will be solved in a few days.
I don't think that is good for me because I'm worried not only the book, I worry about my very expensive and favorite camera, which broke the next week ago.
A
Ой,
week
не то
ago,
говорю. A
a few weeks
a
ago.
few weeks ago.
Ah, okay. So you know that the situation with camera, yes, I landed from you, but it wasn't my fault. It wasn't my fault that the camera was broken. But let's try and find a solution.
Okay.
What do you think if I could give you the money for the new camera and find your book as soon as I can do it?
Mhm. I think it sounds reasonable.
Yes, you are right. Maybe you have any other suggestions?
And in what time will you get for finding the book? A
I
few
think,
days, yeah?
yeah, a couple of days, I think, tomorrow or the day after tomorrow. So 2 days maximum. So I guarantee you that I'll find your book. If I don't find it, I'll buy you a new one, the same as the
Uh,
camera.
of course, I agree. It suits for me. I hope to.
Yes, that's nice.
Thank you.
Okay,
Yeah,
did it work?
yes,
Is everyone happy with the solution? Yes. Oh,
yes.
Yes.
brilliant. Brilliant. So, guys, actually, these phrases, they work not only when you have a conflict or some difficult situation with your friend. It can be wherever, yes? For example, Vladimir, at the hotel, yes? Some client is unhappy. You can easily stop the argument and suggest a solution, right? Yekaterina, you have a problem patient, maybe you can stop the argument and suggest a solution. So it works in many different situations. And this is actually also a good strategy general. Stop the argument, explain why you are unhappy, the other person is unhappy, and suggest a good solution, right? So nice strategy, and you can use it even in your own language. I was listening to you and I've got one question. There are two words, lend and borrow. What's the difference?
Ah, so student B borrowed a book and student A lent a book.
Exactly. So I lent you the book and I a book from you. Which word?
Borrow.
Borrowed. Okay. So be careful with that because in Russian it's one word, in English it is, these are two different words. Okay. Good. So, and as I told you, today we are also going to work a little bit with word formation. And today, guys, we are going to look at nouns, yes, and how we can form nouns in English. For example, let's imagine I've got a word act. What part of speech is it? What
So
word? It's a
verb.
It's a verb, exactly. Yekaterina, do you think you can make a noun from the verb act?
Yes, action.
Action, very good. Can you make another noun as well?
Acting.
Acting, very good. Action. Acting. Maybe one more?
Actor.
And actor, that's right. Have a look. We can make three nouns, yeah, from one verb. Maybe any other?
Actress.
And actress. Exactly. Here we can differentiate the gender, right? But actor will be quite enough for us, yeah? So, and from one verb, we, in this case, we could make three nouns. If you look at these nouns, what are the suffixes that show that they are nouns? So, action, what's the noun suffix here?
Shun.
Shun.
Yes, shun is a typical noun suffix. Acting, what's the noun suffix here?
ing.
ing is a tricky suffix because it doesn't always identify the noun. Yeah, it can be also adjective, it can be a gerund. So ing is a little tricky one. And actor, what's the noun suffix here?
Or.
Yeah. Do you guys know any more noun suffixes?
Ness.
Ness, very good. Can you give example?
Happiness.
Happiness, very good. Mm-hmm. Ekaterina, do you know any more suffixes that identify nouns? Nationality, reality.
T.
T, that's right, TY, yes. Nationality, reality, and so on. Vladimir, any more noun suffixes?
Like ISM, communism, pessimism, optimism.
Yeah.
So it's a German cliche, so I don't think
Okay.
if I write.
Yes, yes.
So international words.
International words. I'm thinking whether it is ISM or just SM.
Socialism.
All right, ism, yeah. Okay, communism, socialism, and so on. Right, lovely. Ekaterina, something more?
Meant.
Very good. Give a couple of examples.
Movement.
Movement, agreement, argument.
Yes. Argument.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Vladimir, any more? If you can name one more, then it's perfect. How about relationship?
Ship.
Ship. Yeah, ship.
Friendship, relationship.
Friendship and so on. Friendship, relationship, and so on. Ekaterina, do you know any more?
I don't know.
Well, this is actually quite enough. Yes, we have named a lot of suffixes. Today we're going to look at some nouns that have typical noun suffixes. Yep, if you look here, my screen, you can see 6 nouns. Let's check if we have mentioned all of them. ION, yeah, and sometimes ATION. We haven't mentioned it, yes, but that is also a typical suffix. Or we mentioned like actor, meant we had, ship we had, ing we had like acting, and IT we also mentioned, right? What I'd like you to do is try doing it yourself. Have a look. Here I've got different words. Most of them are verbs or a root of the words. What we need to do is to create a noun from them. I suggest doing like that. You can create the ones you know. If something is too tricky, just leave it alone. Yeah. Shall we do the first one together? Available, which is an adjective. What group do you think it will go to? Any ideas?
Availability.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Availability. You sound a little unsure, yeah, but you heard it somewhere, yeah? Availability. Okay, very good. Okay, right. So look at the other ones, check out which you know, which suffix would suit best.
What does means demonstrate and person to what do they want from
a person who demonstrates.
Okay.
The person, you need to create a person. Because as it was with the act, yeah, sometimes you can create more than one option. And here they navigate you, yes. They give you a clue if you have to create a person or a thing. Mhm. Even this way will be easier to write. I'm sure you've got some of the words so far. We'll do one by one. You can choose any word you know, so you don't have to follow one by one. You could even take any word and create a noun from it.
Banking.
Banking, I agree. Vladimir, do you agree?
Yes.
Okay, go on then.
Citizenship.
Citizenship, that's right. Citizenship. You could even go on.
Demonstrator.
Demonstrator, that's right. Citizenship. Demonstrator. 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 Okay, Vladimir.
Director.
Director is easy, yeah. Okay, you could even go on.
Employment.
Yes, employment, employer can be also employment. Okay, we take this one. Okay, go on. Vladimir, your turn.
Foundation.
Foundation could be, actually funding is also correct, yeah?
Funding.
Let's leave it and we'll see which one would fit. Both are okay, yeah? Foundation and funding. We will check. Yekaterina, go on.
Inflation.
Inflation for sure. Okay, next one.
Investment.
Investment, yeah. Yekaterina.
Investor.
Investor, good. Vladimir.
Management.
Management, yes. Manager. Good. Yekaterina, you?
Partnership.
Partnership, very good. Okay. Go on.
Regulation.
Regulation. Go on. Okay. Yekaterina, you?
Sponsoring.
No.
No.
Sponsorship.
Sponsorship, that's right.
Yeah, really?
Sponsorship, yeah. Okay. Yekaterina, what do you think about this one? Stable?
Stablement.
No.
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 Maybe stability.
Stability, this is right. Stability. Stability. Then we only have tax. What do you think tax?
So tax is a noun. No, it's not a noun. It's a verb. So something like taxes connected with money for the
Yeah,
state.
that's right.
Налоги, правильно?
Налоги,
Tax-free. Oh.
Excellent.
Tax-free, yeah. So which one? Which one?
Taxment. No.
We don't have any more place for ment. We only have ION or ING.
I think taxing.
Taxation.
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 What's Russian for taxation?
Как налогообложение.
Ah.
Taxation. So in general, yes, the
Mhm.
taxation system or something, right? And then we would say funding.
Funding.
Yeah, funding.
Mhm.
Right. Okay, so couple of words that were a bit new, yes, like taxation, sponsorship, stability. The rest was all right, I guess, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, the rest
Mhm.
was all right. Let's practice it a bit. Can I close? Can I close them?
Yes.
Yes, all right. Then I'm going to tell you oops, I'm sorry. I'm going to tell you a word. You tell me a noun for it. Yekaterin, invest.
Investor.
Investor. Very good. Yekaterin, choose a word for Vladimir and do one by one, guys.
Mm-hmm. Inflate.
Mm-hmm.
Inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Citizen.
Mm-hmm.
Citizenship.
Good. Okay, go on.
Bank.
Banking.
Mm-hmm. Vladimir, you choose.
Manage.
Mm-hmm.
Managing.
What else?
Management.
Yes, good job. Mm-hmm. Yekaterin, you choose.
Regulate.
Mm-hmm.
Regulation.
Mm-hmm.
Employ.
Mm-hmm.
Employment.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Stable.
Stability.
Mm-hmm.
Partner.
Partner. Uh-huh.
A partnership.
Mm-hmm.
Tax.
Taxation.
Good. Uh-huh.
Available.
Mm-hmm.
Availablement.
No.
No.
Et, suffix et.
Availability.
Я, только ударение, да, чуть-чуть. Availability.
Availability.
О, супер. Окей, very good. Availability. Доступность, да, availability. Окей. Екатерин, you?
Demonstrate.
Demonstrator.
Окей.
Fund.
Fundament.
No, так же, как и bank. Fund.
Funding.
Funding. Good, okay. Екатерин, you choose.
Me. Direct.
Ага.
Director.
Yeah.
Sponsor.
Sponsorship. Invest.
Ага.
Investment.
Okay, lovely, lovely, guys. Very good job. Yes. Many of them look familiar, and this is good news. We have looked at the words, we have looked at the suffixes. As a homework, I will ask you to check out how we use these words in the sentences, all right? And your homework will be to complete the sentences with some of the nouns that we have just created. Okay? So you will need to use the nouns in the sentences. Of course, I'm going to write the page number and everything where you can do that, right? And next time we will work a little bit more with these words, nouns, and suffixes, okay? So, actually, that is it for today. I'm going to send you some ideas for homework and have a great rest of the day. Have a good weekend, guys.
Thank
See you next week.
Thank you.
Right?
Bye-bye.
you. See
next
you.
week. Bye-bye.